Now, those of us who've served in foreign language congregations will also remember when a new publication in English might not be available in another language for several years. Study articles trailed by several months. Now, that's before it became possible for the branches to do simultaneous printing. So here's how it worked. Material in English would be mailed to the branches, regular mail, for translation. And if the translators had a question about the meaning of a sentence in English, they would use regular mail to send their question to headquarters. In time, headquarters would answer back by regular mail. And this back and forth, it could take quite a while. And in some countries, mail service was poor. Now today, thanks to special computer programs our brothers have developed and the ability to communicate electronically and some other factors, we're able to release most language editions simultaneously with the English. What an improvement.
We're watching David Splain hosting the November 2021 JW Broadcasting episode, and is it just me, viewers, or have we just watched David Splain trying to assign credit to the organization for modern technological advancements? That seems to be what he's doing there. And don't get me wrong, I get that there have been clever people working at the organization who've come up with bespoke systems such as MEPs and that kind of thing, because the organization is very fastidious about making sure its propaganda gets translated into as many languages as possible. Not necessarily a good thing, by the way. But I get that there have been individuals using their own ingenuity to craft bespoke solutions that the organization can use. That's all well and good. But ultimately, what has made it easier for translators and the branch to communicate with each other, what has made it easier for publications to be made available in multiple languages simultaneously, it's modern technology. It's computers and the internet. So in the context of David Splain talking about the verse in Isaiah and copper being replaced by silver and gold, if he's crediting the organization for this, should he not also be crediting individuals like Alan Turing or Tim Berners-Lee? Alan Turing, arguably the inventor of the computer, or if not the inventor, one of the inventors of the computer. Tim Berners-Lee, the inventor of the World Wide Web. Without their discoveries, without their intelligence and ingenuity, and dare I say it, education, bearing in mind this is an organization that crusades against higher education, but without the ingenuity of these worldly people, would the organization be able to do what it's doing here? Would the organization be able to communicate instantaneously and avoid regular mail when it comes to discussing how to translate various things? I would argue no. So I think it's very disingenuous of David Splain to effectively try to take credit for something that is the product of the ingenuity of worldly inventors and scientists. And that's before we even consider whether the translations themselves are really staying faithful to the English original. I have found personally examples of where there is a deviation, of where a translation team, say in Croatia, has omitted an entire sentence from a Watchtower article. What do we say about that in the context of improvements, in the context of God blessing the organization? If we're going to be completely honest, do we not need to avoid cherry picking and account for the negatives, account for the times when things have gone wrong, when there's been some evidence of human error or humans taking it upon themselves to do things differently, so that one language ends up saying something slightly different to the English original. So I'm not sure that this is an area for David Splain to be gloating about, but he is scrambling to come up with proof that this is God's organization, and God's organization has constantly and continually been improving. I'm sorry, so far, I'm not persuaded.